Hi everyone, Deathclaw Girl here, and in this video we're going to be taking a tour location and review of the cannery. So first off, this item first appeared in Season 21 Season section. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On page 8, here it is. That's how you get it, and it automatically is learned once you claim it from the seasons. To build it, you're going to go over to crafting. So currently it is the third one down. All crafting in a shelter is limited to 20, so you can build as many as these that will up to 20, including other crafting. That's what you will need to build it. And next we're going to be going ahead and first, I guess, let's take a nice look at what it looks like. And we'll be going in and seeing what is available to can that comes with the crafting. So it looks pretty good. You can see up here, here's all the cans that your food will go into. I do have enough to make, I think, at least one canned item. So you got like a salt and pepper. No, you can't use those. Looks like the was it called a press for the actual making of the, probably putting the lid on the can. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is go into my crafting build because I'm hoping Super Duper is going to kick in. It has a 30% chance maxed out of doubling whatever I'm making. And the first thing I'm going to have to make is actually the can. So that's the first thing. Go ahead and do this first. Get a couple of these done. Going to need aluminum, antiseptic, copper, and steel. I'm going to start out with 4, hoping for a doubling on 1 or 2 of them. That sound means at least one of them was doubled. So once you do that, you go over up to canned food. Now look to the right side where it says available recipes. At the very bottom it says more ... If that is lit up white like that, that means you can at least make one item that's within the recipe. So let's go ahead, click in and see. I think it's going to be the steak. Yes. But you do need to make the cans first because it will not show up until you have a can ready to produce. So it looks like I got 6 clean cans, so 2 of them doubled. I can make up to 2 of the steaks, so we're going to max it out. Go ahead and do the 2 and hope for another doubling. Sounds like no. So now we're going to look again. Now the list is very short. I'll come back in just a second and show you each of the recipes that comes with the crafting. Now you are not automatically know how to make. I'll explain that later. Let's first go and look at what I just made. So let's see if it's under canned dog food. Canned, here it is. So yeah, no special labeling. Okay. What the canning process does, if you notice, it is not going to spoil. So now you can, first I'm going to go see if you can put these in a vendor. That's what will be the next test after I show you the recipes. So let me go ahead and get ahead of myself. So we're just going to look at all the recipes. Again, see this one takes aged Myler Queen steak. Now you have to learn a separate recipe. So you have to already know how to make the aged Myler Queen steak or acquire it already made from somewhere. I'm going to take you to Whitesprings and show you where you can acquire more recipes and more ingredients or the actual cooked item towards the end of the video. So this one, you can see the requirements. I'm going to exit out and see if I can move this item so I can get a little better lighting on the wording. A lot of it was really grayed out and you couldn't read it. So let's see if this moving it made it any, no, didn't make it any better. So I'll try to show you. Age Bylerk, it's going to give you 3 to endurance, HP 90. So the Awesome Possum Bacon is a +2 to luck and an HP of 45. I'm not going to read everything. I'm just going to hit on the extras. So canned corn soup is going to give you +3 to AP regen and a 12 to hit points. So there's no difference from these recipes when they're canned. They're just not going to spoil. So that's really nice. Fish chowder looks like just hit points and 10% on your food. I'm not sure why it's listed twice. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So this fish chowder can be made from grilled fish. And this one is, that's weird. Let me go ahead and see if I can make some grilled fish real quick. I just need a cooking station. There we go. I think I already have the fish, so let's get it into fish bites, I believe. And this character cannot do it. This character hasn't learned how to, yeah, okay. So we'll maybe do that at the very end. I'll have to switch up characters or at least leave this area. Okay, so we'll come back to that. Never know what's going to happen during a live stream. All right, so you can see the fish chowder. 2 difference is because of what's going in it. Fungus per A, energy resistance of 35 and a hit point 60. Fungus soup, rad resistance 20, hit point 12. Gourd is a 2 to perception, 12 to HP. Gut shroom soup. Gut shroom soup. Actually, I don't know if I've ever acquired this recipe, but it is part of the canning. Let me actually go over, because now I'm curious if it is one I know how to make. So that was called gut shroom. So I believe it's a plant. So let's go down to G. Yes. So you gotta find gut shrooms. Not sure where you get those. All right, so the perhaps I need some input from the audience. Do you see recipes on your own that are not listed on here? Maybe I don't have not learned all the recipes yet. So I'm now curious if it's going to list all of them or list only the ones I am able to create because I've already learned the recipes. Okay, here's the Megalosloth mushroom soup. Critical damage and hit points. Sorry. Critical damage 50, hit points 30. Mirelurk Queen Steak, endurance 2, hit points 45. Poached Angler, max AP 20, HP 45. Scorpion Steak, energy resistance 25, HP 60. Ribeye Steak, carry weight 20, HP 45. Canned Sting Stew, perception 3, hit points 60. Sweet Tatu Soup, HP 60. Quarter on health regen. Tasty Squirrel Stew, XP 10, HP 60. Vegetable Melody Soup, disease resistant 20, HP 60. And that is all that is in here. I will try to get a complete list in the description of what all you can. Right now, I'm going to go see if I can throw. I got to change builds. Hold on, I was overweight. This can in the vendor and actually sell it. Do. Bump, bump. And then after I do the vendor, I'm going to take you to Whitesprings, probably twice on 2 different servers, just to show you what is available, possibly because it is a random mix up when you go to the store. Here's the vendor, and I'm stuck. Okay. Alright, food canned. Okay, it's letting me. And yeah. I think 50 sounds better. Alright. Now let's go to Whitesprings for the first time. So if you don't know where Whitesprings is, here's Vault 76. You're going to go south till you see this giant lake, and then you're going to go keep going east, and here is the Whitesprings North entrance, Whitesprings Station. You're doing the north entrance, click on it, and then you're going to go to Whitesprings Mall. This is a must-have location on your map. One, it is a free fast travel point. And two, there's a bunch of crafting and there's a bunch of vendors here. So this is definitely the place to go to sell all your junk. And here's a bunch of crafting. I think the only thing it doesn't have here, it even has the legendary script and the gold exchange, is a fermenter. There is a brewing station back there. So from the fast travel point, you're going to go past Artisan. You're going to go to this pink area, to Le Grand. Now, this lady, Mary, she's going to have ingredients under food and sometimes full-out recipes. Now, earlier I bought the ribeye steak off of her just so I had some item that I could can. But as I said, she'll have either ingredients and or full-out made recipes. Now this guy, he is going to have the actual recipes. So definitely go over and check out his notes and see all the different ones that he has currently. See, I've learned all these. But always check every once in a while because maybe one will pop up that you don't know. Grab it. I mean, usually they're around 100 or less. 96. All right, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to server hop. So I'm going to quit this and completely go into a different world. I'm going to hit private this time. Now, if you're ever on the canner and for some reason you're wondering why is some of the recipes showing 0 instead of some type of, perception, it's 0, the hit points is 0, it might be because you're a herbivore or a carnivore. You got to remember, if you're a carnivore, none of the veggie recipes are going to show up as anything. They're 0 because you get double on the carnivore and the opposite. If you're a herbivore, none of the carnivore recipes are going to give you anything, but you do get double for the veggie recipes. And that is a mutation, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. The world I was in, I removed my carnivore so that you could see all the effects. The world I'm going in now, my carnivore is back on, so I think I should be able to show you. Let me go ahead and get in my camp. I'm going to a different camp. So I'll go in a shelter so I'm not bothered by any enemies approaching for the video. I might have to build the cannery for this particular camp. Yep, for some reason, since the latest update, the fast travel point for my camp is under rocks. So, yeah, it takes me a while to, pry myself out. Okay. Yeah, let me just build one real quick. Of course, it will be under new if you just learned it. But now let me show you. corn soup. You can see it's all 0. AP region 0, HP 0. And if you look at this, I'm not getting endurance of 3, I'm getting 6 because it doubles it. HP not 90 but 180. And that is mutations. You find mutations once you do have them under effects. It's after the food. You can see adrenal, bird bones. I have carnivore in this character in this world. And to get a mutation, either you get irradiated a whole lot, or you might be seeing these. Let me see if I have one on me. Don't. Let me go to this. So under aid, do I not have any? That's the game. Oh, here's one. Speed demon. So this is a mutation. When you take it, it gives you a mutation. You can lose the mutation. You can also keep the mutation. I won't go into that specifics. If you want to know more about mutations, throw it in the comments. I'll get you to a video that explains it a little bit better. But I just wanted to mention it in case you were noticing now that some of my food is at 0 because it's of vegetables. All right, now we're going to go to the Whitesprings in this world and check out, see if there's anything different. Server hopping will hopefully shuffle up all this stuff, and you might have a better chance at grabbing some type of either full out made recipe or an ingredient you need to make it. So I did want to come here twice just to show you it does kind of change up. So under food, she's got lurweed. That's a hard one to find. Okay, I'm going to grab this queen. Now I'll show you the recipes in this one under notes. So a lot of the same, a lot of different. You see the sweet roll is still here again. This one, now the smoked mylark that I get, let's see, is it the same thing? 1 second. Yes, this one also gives you a carry weight of 30 or 60 for carnivore. So if you ever find smoked mylark fillets, the steamer makes them, but definitely learn the recipe. Great, great recipe for carnivores. All right, one last trip. We're going to go back. I'm going to make that I think I can make a recipe. So first I have to go to cooking station to make I think I have enough for the mylark. I don't know if it was steak or what it was. So I'm going to run over to the canner, make sure it's the correct recipe before I go make it, since I only got one queen meat. Oh, again, yes, irritating. Oh, I'm going to run over here too. Let's see if there's any awesome. Nope. Go ahead and grab them. But that thing will make the awesome possum bacon thing. And that was one of the items you could can. I remember correctly. Again, look at your list. See if it's any different than the list that appeared on mine. Because I'd like to know if the list is what all you can make, or the list is just the recipes you have learned. So it's not a complete list. Is mine not a complete list is what I'm wanting to know. Age mylark queen steak. I'm going to try to make that. Here's that awesome possum bacon thing I was talking about. So I'm going to switch over to crafting, hoping again for doubling. I'm looking for a cooking station that does not exist. I forgot that was on the other world. That's why it's twirling around in a circle. Okay, let's put you here. And we're going to see about the food. Meats, age, mylar. Okay, it's like I don't have enough. Ah, how about the awesome possum? Alright, I would go hunt it, but that would just make the video longer. So hopefully that does answer a lot of your questions. Again, don't forget about the Super Duper perk card I was showing you. To double up your cans, double up maybe possibly your cans, double up possibly your recipes. And yes, you can sell them in vendors. Alright, that's it for this video. Hopefully it was helpful. Again, if you have any questions about the canner I didn't cover, throw them in the comments. Or if you have any Fallout 76 questions, you can throw them in any of my videos. I don't care which one. I'll do my best to answer. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, happy gaming, happy canning. Check you later.